government is considering paying the airfare to get 160 Asian seamen stranded at sea aboard 5 trawlers off Chaguaramas back to their respective countries. Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Rudal Munilal said the government is seeking the welfare of the men who have been stranded for the past 3 months. Caroline Lewis reports.
Acting Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says as it stands now, government is trying to resolve the issue of the 160 seamen stranded off Chaguaramas within the next 2 to 3 days. He says discussions are ongoing to see how fast they can get the men back to their countries, Indonesia and Vietnam. He said he has been holding talks with the Honorary Council for Indonesia, Maritime Services Division, the Coast Guard and the Indonesian Embassy on the matter.
Payment for their tickets out of Piako. That matter we are trying to resolve in about 2 or 3 days, but it is escalating now into a humanitarian concern, so that the government of Trinidad and Tobago will consider payment for the passage back to Asia and finding either a legal method or through their government making overtures to reimburse us for any expenditure to return the workmen.
Dr. Munilal says they are treating the matter as an emergency and are trying in the meantime to provide the stranded men with fuel and water.
To ensure that we resolve the matter quickly. There's an issue of emergency supplies that the workmen need, primarily fuel and water, because they cannot function on the vessels unless they have fuel.
He explained that the company based in Indonesia which hired the men went into liquidation and abandoned them out at sea.
The companies, I think, went into liquidation and certain agents fled, leaving the workmen on the boat without fuel, without water, and in a terrible condition. So I'm talking to the Honorary Council for Indonesia, plus the Caracas Embassy, and we are hoping to resolve this matter within 2 or 3 days.
Caroline Lewis, CNews.
And our reporter Caroline Lewis and cameraman Rodney David were out at sea speaking with the stranded seamen aboard their trawlers.
160 seamen from Indonesia and Vietnam literally at sea, with nowhere to go after the owners for their fishing vessels went bankrupt and left them to fend for themselves in Trinidad waters. The one person among them who speaks English, Hendrik H., said he and his colleagues have not seen or heard from their families in 3 months. They've been getting supplies from a few good Samaritans on a regular basis. These are the conditions in which these 160 Indonesians and Vietnamese have been living under for the last few months. However, little assistance is being rendered to them through one mosque based in Sanwa and a few local fishermen within the area. One such person is Kenneth Bishop, a fisherman and professional boxer who we met today making his regular trip to supply the men with drinking water. However, on arrival at the Fullness 5, Chong Hong 201, HV 888, Fullness 6 and Rich 5, there was a foul stench emanating from the vessels. The stranded seamen are now left virtually with the clothes on their backs and a little resort hanging on makeshift lines.
Because these guys were actually drinking salt water, just boiling it and drinking it. So I actually put out a thing for help for them also. But some guys came yesterday from a mosque in San Juan, and they brought some stuff for them and thing. So right now I'm trying to see as much help as I can get.
This is where Hendrik and the others have been sleeping. And this is where they cook their meals.
If I have a job, I have working for 1 week, 2 weeks. That's I get money small, but my company no care me.
Hendrik explained that since the company he worked for went bankrupt, he has no means of making a living.
Coaching. Yeah.
What kind of company? What type of work? Fishing?
Fish, yeah, fishing, tuna, yeah, fishing, marlin, everything.
He said while the goodwill supplies they have received, all they want is to go home.
Yeah, I want to go back home all, because this stay in here, no work, 3 months, very long time, no goods, no get money. That's I miss my mother, father, all family in Indonesia. I hope in government, government in Trinidad can help me.
Caroline Lewis, CNews.